Hurricane Nate could smash into the U.S. Gulf Coast this weekend, according to the latest NOAA track. Here are live updates on the storm's path, track and the latest weather models. There are mounting fears that a new storm, Tropical Depression 16, could turn into the next named Atlantic hurricane of the season, Hurricane Nate. Bringing you the latest Hurricane Nate path updates, storm track, weather models, the latest forecasts, tracking maps and videos as the storm heads towards the USA. Warnings are in place for parts of Nicaragua, Honduras and Mexico amid fears that the storm could hit the U.S. Gulf Coast as a hurricane this weekend. We will have the very latest Hurricane Irma news in one place, updated throughout the day and night until the storm has passed. Here are live updates from the NOAA, National Hurricane Center, NHC, and the National Weather Service, NWS, as well as the most advanced weather models from around the world. 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Prepare for hurricane, hope for tropical storm. Meteorologist Ryan Mauer tweeted, NHC forecast points out potential for rapid intensification of TD16L, Nate, in southern Gulf of Mexico. 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Nate forecast to be quite intense before landfall. 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Unfortunately, Nate is quite intense in the 12's DCMWF update. 962 MB prior to landfall, reminiscent of Hurricane Hermine. 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Tropical depression expected to become hurricane. Met Office storms tweeted, tropical depression close to Nicaragua expected to become a tropical storm as it moves in a north-northwesterly direction. Earlier it tweeted, a tropical depression has formed in the SW Caribbean, expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico and become a hurricane at the weekend. Wednesday, October 4th, 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Hurricane Nate to head into Gulf Coast. CBS Boston chief meteorologist Eric Fisher tweeted, current forecast is for Nate to form, head into the Gulf Coast this weekend. Also our best chance for rain in New England next Tuesday. 5:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Storm could hit Yucatan Peninsula as hurricane. The NHC said the center of the storm is expected to approach the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula late Friday. The latest update said, the system could be near hurricane intensity when it approaches the Yucatan Peninsula late Friday, bringing direct impacts from wind, storm surge, and heavy rainfall. 5:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Storm strengthens as it nears Nicaragua. The NHC said the tropical depression is forecast to strengthen and bring tropical storm conditions to portions of Nicaragua and Honduras through early Friday. On the forecast track, the center of the depression should move across northeastern Nicaragua and eastern Honduras later today, the latest update said. Heavy rainfall could produce life-threatening flash flooding and mudslides in portions of Nicaragua, Honduras, Costa Rica, and Panama through Friday night. 5:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Hurricane Nate could hit Gulf Coast. Although Hurricane Nate has not formed yet, it could hit America's Gulf Coast on Sunday. The NCH said, the system is forecast to strengthen over the Gulf of Mexico and could affect portions of the northern Gulf Coast as a hurricane this weekend, with direct impacts from wind, storm surge, and heavy rainfall. However, it is too early to specify the timing, location, or magnitude of these impacts. Residents along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana through the Florida Panhandle should monitor the progress of this system and heed any advice given by local officials. 5:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Storm track shifts west away from Florida. Meteorologist Michael Ventricle said that Tropical Depression 16 poses a risk to Louisiana, Mississippi and Florida. He tweeted, there has been a noticeable westward shift in the ECMWF EPS forecast track of TD16 in U.S. model data. Tom Terry, chief meteorologist at WFTV, WRDQ, tweeted, Tropical Depression 16 remains weak. Models and official track keep it well west of central Florida. Monitoring.